Hey guys, this is Troll Guy, and before we start the podcast, I'd like to warn you that the following podcast is a passion and a place to call home. Some context with every podcast can be deemed offensive or starting up conversation. The amount of time and effort has made this into reality. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello guys, and my name is Troll Guy, and welcome back to the OwO Podcast. Today I'm joined by Bean Daddy,
I'm gonna shoot myself.
Burger King,
I'm also going to shoot myself.
Edgy, F Word,
I'm straight up just gonna do something to myself.
Leaf Boy 69.
No, I'm still here. Just suffering.
Hitman.
Bagger and Tagger, kids. Bagger and Tagger.
Indeed. Tom. The Restless Sword.
I have nothing interesting to talk about.
And finally, White Rabbit.
Nobody likes me.
You sure about that?
I hope.
You might
Pretty
get
sure.
that.
I hope no. I said
Alright.
I
I
hope
disagree.
nobody do a
Alright, should we-
smashing grab.
Jesus Christ. Alright, should we get started about talking about what do you guys think about the live action Sonic movie?
Disgusting.
Cancer should
Oh,
be
it's so
burned.
funny.
Okay, when I made that loud noise, I kicked over a bunch of Powerade bottles, and some of them were open. I need to clean this up.
Alright,
Honestly,
go
my
ahead and
opinion
do
on
that.
Clean
Sonic-
that shit out there.
Honestly,
Let's
my
go.
opinion on the live
Surprisingly,
action
this
Sonic
is
made
not
that
the
one,
first
right?
take,
About,
so
What did we just talk about?
Sonic, the movie, the live action.
No, the
Yeah.
overlapping. Shut up.
Okay. Yeah, we did.
Basically,
Dude, it's
what I
everywhere.
think about the Sonic is that I think Sonic looks very attractive. And I think that I'm gonna have a fun time watching that movie.
Really? Really now. I think they kind of ruined his look because, like, he was supposed to look a lot cartoony and
Shut.
funny, but now he
I
just
want to
looks
see
like
his
a demon that
individual
would come out your
hair
closet.
follicles as he rolls around on the ground.
Hey, Dad, shut up. I'm just kidding.
It's on my ceiling.
What is?
It's on your ceiling.
Powerade. I
Oh.
kicked the bottle so hard it went into my ceiling.
How did you kick? What the fuck? You upside down?
No.
Jesus Christ. Alright, what about the live
mean-
action Pikachu movie? Or the Pokemon movie?
No,
my bad.
that's the movie that I'm gonna
I
fucking
really
bust
want to
out.
go see it.
Oh, Detective Pikachu?
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Uh,
much about it, but I know I want to see
It
it.
looks really cute though.
I
As
want
you
to
can
see it,
by my
but I
profile
don't
picture,
want to see it.
aka the really buff
just wanna
Pikachu
see
I
it.
have.
By the way, the audience
I
cannot
wanna go
see
watch
your
it.
profile picture. All they see is a giant white
I know.
poster that says "ooh." Hope you enjoy it because you're
That's
gonna
why I
see that for
said-
the rest of the episode.
That's why I said aka the really buff Pikachu.
Action Pikachu movie or the Pokemon movie.
No,
my bad.
that's the movie that I'm gonna
I
fucking
really
bust
want to
out.
go see it.
Oh, Detective Pikachu?
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Uh,
much about it, but I know I want to see
It
it.
looks really cute though.
I
As
want
you
to
can
see
see
it,
by my
but I
profile
don't
picture,
want to see it.
aka the really buff
just wanna
Pikachu
see
I
it.
have.
By the way, the audience cannot
wanna go
see
watch
your
it.
profile picture. All they see is a giant white
I know.
poster that says "ooh." Hope you enjoy it because you're
That's
gonna
why I
see that for
said-
the rest of the episode.
That's why I said aka the really buff Pikachu.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can. No, I can't. I'm too lazy to edit it.
Alright, so I'm not gonna say anything, but I think we can all agree that Endgame was wonderful, and if you haven't already seen it, you
Okay,
should
who the
definitely see
fuck is echoing?
It's bloody Tom.
Timothy? Go to your
Timothy,
room.
is that you? Timothy,
Timothy, go to your room. Yeah. All
I
right,
already told you if you're not gonna have a good microphone, go die in a hole.
we did a
Indeed.
couple times. All right, what were you talking about in game?
Okay, what I was saying was, I'm not gonna spoil it or anything, but I think we can all agree, those of us who have seen it, that it's really great, and if you haven't already seen it, definitely go get tickets.
Definitely go on. Even if you're not a Marvel
Yeah.
fan, you should go watch it.
Even
It's
if
a
you're
really
not-
good movie.
yeah,
It's a
even if you're
big,
not
it's a
a
really
Marvel
good movie
fan,
in
you should
general. Not
definitely
even
go
if you're a Marvel fan. Like my sister, when she's the one that took us to go see it, she's only seen I think one other movie from the MCU, and I think it was Ant-Man and the Wasp, and she still loved it. She said she really loved it. At least the movie.
Yeah.
The best part, like the best part of going there is when you're watching it packed, You have good seats and everybody's clapping and cheering. That's the
I'm
best
gonna
part.
say one thing.
What is it?
It's not spoiler. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I was really upset when Batman died, to be honest.
Honestly, dude.
I
Also,
cried.
It's
dude,
all over my fucking flip flop, dude. It's soaked. The half
What the
of my
fuck
room
do
is
you have
soaked.
next to your fucking counter or desktop? Shit.
Hold on.
Do you have a
I ruined my
supercomputer next to your goddamn
so
desktop?
sad.
Like, let me throw some goddamn Gatorade on there. Alright. But, like, the saddest part of the movie, 100%, is when Aquaman drowns. Like, you gotta admit that.
Straight up.
100%.
No,
Facts, dude.
100% facts.
Like straight up facts.
no. I say the
Really
saddest
fast.
part was Flash tried to snap the Infinity Gauntlet on and blew himself up.
Yeah, it was pretty upsetting.
Yeah, that was, dude.
I think the greatest part is when Shrek made a cameo. Like honestly, like, damn.
Yeah.
I prefer
That fight scene
Shaggy's
with
cameo.
Farquaad was mwah.
Mwah. Alright, would any of you guys like to tell any stories?
trying
Any
to
life-changing, traumatizing, especially as a child?
Oh,
Third
I've
episode
got,
of Game of Thrones.
I
That
got a pretty
traumatized me.
neat story.
Alright, would you
Seasoning
like to tell us
rock.
about it?
Okay, so it was last summer.
Have really heavy spoilers, so I really don't want to give
Restless.
any.
Rest
Just say
Shush, shush, shush.
Okay, so it was last summer, and I was like, I want to do something. So I signed up for this summer camp. I know, sounds pretty epic, right? It was okay, to be honest with you. But I think the bestest part was the fact that they had a zip line.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've always been afraid of heights. Like, I've literally never been able to go up pretty high because I've always been scared of heights. And then I heard they had the zip line. So I was like, immediately I was like, I want to try that. Even though I knew I was probably going to regret it. So when I sign up and they took us, like, on this truck. We had to ride in the back of a truck up a hill. And then we finally got to the platform. We had to clip in, and then you were there for like 30 minutes waiting to get your. So eventually it gets to me, and then right before I went, there was this one kid, and he gets on the zip line, goes, and this is about, it's not too bad, it's maybe like 50 feet above the river, because we went over a river. This kid he flips himself upside down and starts riding the zip line with his legs.
The
And
fuck?
immediately I'm like, okay, that's, oh boy. So eventually it gets my turn, and we're on this wooden platform, and you're supposed to run and jump off of the platform.
Jesus.
Literally just holding on to the rope in front of you, and just running and jumping off a platform into a tree line.
And did you do it?
So, yes, I actually did. But the instructor was looking at me, and he was like, okay, here's what you do. When you start getting close to the finish, lean back so you don't hit yourself in the fucking jaw on the line. Yeah. So I'm on the platform, and I'm sitting there, and it's tall enough so that your legs or your feet are barely touching the ground. So it's like you're kind of hanging on for dear life at the start, pretty much. So he gives the green light. The kid, it was a two-person, so there's two lines. The kid to the left of me jumps, and the instructor looks at me. He's like, "Are you gonna go?" I was like, "Yeah," and then I just ran and jumped, closed my eyes for a good 10 seconds, opened them, and I was over the river. And I look to my left, and the sun is setting on the river, and I'm 50 feet up in the air above the water. And then I was like, this ain't so bad. And since then, I've never been afraid of heights.
Nice.
Good
Yeah.
story. Oh shit.
Gotta take a sip of my Gatorade.
That was a good story.
Sorry
Nothing
about
wrong.
earlier. I thought you were talking to me when you said, "Would you like to talk about that or something?" Yeah, I thought you meant me.
Any other story?
Any other stories that you all have that are traumatizing, insulting, embarrassing, or life-threatening?
I've been
I
possessed
got
by a
one.
demon once. Oh, my bad.
You want to go?
No, go ahead, man.
Alright,
Okay.
he'll go after.
I remember once when I was really young. I don't know why I did this, but one of my family members was like an adrenaline junkie, and he like traveled the world all the time. So he always had like really exotic things in his house, and he's got this huge fish tank, and it's full of like basically just very toned down piranhas. Thank you for sitting at a campfire. That is very loud.
You're
But
welcome.
so there's basically like a bunch of like little mini like nerfed piranhas sitting in this tank. I wanted to hand feed them, so I instantly stick my hand in there with the bait in my hand. They ignore the bait and instantly start biting at my hands.
Wait. So you decided it was a good idea that long teeth, sharp piranhas are not gonna eat your hand off as soon as you have bait inside of your hand?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
That's exactly what I
that's
thought.
exactly what I would have done.
And I stuck it in there, and they instantly ignored the bait and went for my hand. And
I mean, you were still alive, so.
I yeeted my hand out so hard of the tank that I took one that was like biting on me like with me, and he was stuck on my hand for a good 2 seconds before he just went flying across the room.
Did you kill it after or put it back in?
Oh no, it died instantly.
Oh, okay.
The second I took it out and it was still latched on, I flinged my hand. So he went flying and he hit a wall.
Jesus Christ. Did you eat it?
No, I didn't eat it. I actually felt really bad afterward, and I
That would've been
replaced it.
That would have been the best know you. Holy shit. Alright, Bean, would you like to tell your story over the campfire?
Yeah, let me just get nice and toasty. It's pretty good toast. So, as a young boy, I used to live in Cali, but in a shitty little desert called El Centro. Anyone from El Centro listening? Hey, what's up, y'all? Anyways, and then, my grandparents used to, still do, they live in Santa Ana, and of course, anyone from Santa Ana or Cali, just in Cali in general, it's no matter where you go, it's always a shithole. I mean, yeah, people are like, oh, Cali's really nice, but it's kind of a shit.
I mean, I can kind of agree. I live in Cali. Like one block, it's like all nice, and the next block, it's like the shitty cocaine dealers right there.
Dude, Cali is like, if you could turn the place where they shot Mad Max into a real place, it's in California.
Yeah.
It is California, period.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyways, so like my grandparents actually live really. It's like a 5-minute drive from Disneyland. It's that close. And anyway, so way before my grandparents actually migrated, and I am Mexican, so yes, they were here illegally. I was born here, so they can't.
But now they have the papers, right?
Oh yeah, they definitely have the papers.
Okay, making sure.
Hey man, if there's an officer listening.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you could get a knock on the door by tomorrow, so just making sure.
Yeah.
Well, my dad got his papers through to the military, but that's a whole different story. But anyways. So where they lived way before they lived there. So there was the story goes that there was an old guy. He wasn't really nice, but actually he was just a total jackass. And I guess I don't know what he did. Well, anyways, one day a group of gangsters. I don't know. I'm gonna say the Crips or whatever. I don't fucking care. It's some gangster, and they come in. They kill the guy. They chop him up, and then they bury his body under the house. Now let's fast forward a few years later. My grandparents bought the house. And of course became possessed and all that stuff. Short story is like they eventually supposedly got rid of the demon or the guy's spirit, but he really hasn't really left. Now fast forward another few years, in comes me, the greatest child out of all. And so I had a normal childhood. I played Xbox and all that shit. And well, eventually, because if people know me, I'm a very, very chill person. It takes a while to actually piss me off, but they started noticing that just me getting pissed off really easily. I would do some awkward things. I would just sit there and just be motionless. Eventually they thought I had some sort of disease or just really sick. They didn't find anything. And eventually I started having nightmares. I actually woken up, just straight up woke up and then just looked at the corner, and my brother was shittily scared out of his mind. He was like, is there anything okay? I'd look at it, look back to the corner, and then just fall back to sleep. And the thing is, I don't sleepwalk. I only did it once, and I was very young. But anyways, just started getting all this shit. Yeah, I would start hearing voices in my head to tell me to do things. Eventually, it got even worse, where I would black out, and the next thing you know, I see my family are like, I go, what the hell's going on? And they're like, Angel, you just try to attack someone else. I'm like, why would I attack them? I have no reason. And they're like, well, you fucking attack. I'm like, I don't know. And the thing is, my grandmother is very, very religious. Of course, any Hispanic grandmother is religious, you know. And, you know, my parents were like, oh, you know, he probably just has anger issues. You know, he's a 14, 13-year-old. He's just going through a phase. But my grandma's like, no, mija. And telling my mom's like, no, mija, something worse. And eventually, she came up to me and she goes, mijo, she goes, can I talk to you? And I never disrespect my grandma because she would fucking hit she would slap the shit out. I go, what the hell do you want? And she started talking. She goes, I think you have demon. I go, no, that's total bullshit. All this stuff. And eventually, without letting me know, she brought a priest over and just like, I just gave that evil glare at, and like the priest is like, you want to hurt me, don't you? I was like, dude, I'm about to bash your head with a fucking chair. And then I blacked out and I don't remember anything that I did. But what I've heard, what my grandmother told me was that I started attacking priests and just apparently said some words that even because unfortunately I don't really speak a lot of Spanish, but however, in you know, English and Spanish, that's only a basic southern note. Anything else, no fucking way. But apparently I started speaking in what he called a dead language, and eventually like they put me unconscious. I don't know how. I swear to God, I think that they hit me in the back of the head. But then they took me to the church that was like literally down the street, and they performed an exorcism, and then I started actually vomiting black goo, which I had no fucking idea. I was like, because when I regained consciousness, I was like, what the fuck is that? And they go, you threw that up. We believe that's, you know, the essence of the demon. I go, dude, I was like, yo, that is one taco I've never seen. So yeah, it was a real scary ass trip. I mean, I would still go to my grandma's, but like if you just came up right behind me and just, oh hey, what's up, guy? And I will fucking jump out of my chest. Don't do that, especially when I'm here. So yeah, it was one hell of a trip. Anyone else?
I remember you saying this more in depth when you told me that.
Yeah, well, because we're in a Minecraft, so we're not really on a time limit. So yeah.
All right.
What was it? Who was the first one? I like to ask a question. Who was the first one that proposed that you had a demon inside of you and like told the rest of your family?
My grandmother, because she said, you know, she, like I said, she's really religious, and because they were from Mexico, so like, and plus they grew up in a really well, anyone who actually migrated here, usually poor, so, and plus like also religion's a huge thing, so they don't go like, oh, it's just probably ADHD, autism. No, they go straight for, oh, he probably has a demon on it, which, and then they turned out to be right, and yeah, pretty much.
Wait, how old were you when this happened? 14, right?
I want to say like I wasn't really 14 because it was a while back ago. I try to forget it because like I just try to move on, basically move on. But I'm gonna say not really 14, more 12-ish, 12 probably. Yeah, 12.
Okay.
12.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. That's worse than puberty. Fuck. Holy fuck.
Dude, you wake up in the morning, you got black goo in your pants. Ooh.
Like, ooh. Hey, mom, it happened again.
My happened again. Why is my wee hard?
But seriously though, like that's some whack stuff.
Honestly, if you were to tell me that, tell me that like what a couple years ago, I honestly wouldn't have believed you. But I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
like,
just believe
I
you.
was like, I mean, but yeah, I was like, I believe you.
That sounds kind of generic. What the fuck?
That's really
'Cause you
some
actually
Minecraft
sound like
grass
generic.
talk kind of stuff.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie.
That's the
Anybody else
embodiment of
have
grass
any
talk.
cool stories?
Or questions?
Rabbit?
I don't have really a story, but I have a statement.
What is your statement?
Okay, I'm really disappointed in myself because of this, but I don't know if any of you guys know the show Friends. I'm guessing some of you do.
I know the intro.
I do.
I already know that. I already know it by memes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Friends is basically like I wouldn't say sitcom, but it's like a comedy, but it's like a reality comedy or something. It's 10 seasons.
The definition of a sitcom.
Shut your mouth. It's
Shut your
it's
mouth.
a sitcom, and it's like 10 seasons long. And I only started watching it in January of this year, and I think I've now completely watched the series at least 5 times.
Damn, that's some hardcore binge watching right there.
Yes, because I watched it legitly twice, and for the past few months, I've just kind of in the background of whatever I'm doing, I've let it play out, and I've been like kind of paying attention to it.
But
And
hey,
like,
what was it? I'm gonna tell you the truth, but I've been watched was it Family Guy before? And it took me 2 months to finish all 16 seasons, about that long. And that was like normal school days too. So for after school and I don't even think I'd even finish my homework. And I just binge watched like freaking 5 or 6 episodes every day until I got
Yeah.
tired and just like I had to go take a shower and
I
sleep.
mean, mine. I started in January right after I got back from visiting like my brothers because he watched it while we were there, and I was like, "Yo, that's a pretty cool show. I'm gonna start watching it." And so for like the next month, I was like binge watching it every day I got home from school, and then like every night as I'd fall asleep, I'd watch it. Every morning before school, I'd watch it, and I ended up getting through one season in 2 weeks, or like 10 seasons in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Jesus Christ. Would you like to give any advice to any people who are thinking of binge watching?
If you're thinking about binge watching, do not do what I did. I
Which
definitely
is binge
say
watch the whole time after
what
school.
I did was fun, and I'd say it was worth it, but it was not good for my kind of mental state because even though I was binge watching a good TV show, I wasn't talking to my friends because I was so just hardcore in depth binge watching this show so much. And like that sounds like it's a little extreme, and I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit to kind of just prove my point here. But yeah, I definitely say take your time with it because it is a really great show, and you really should just take your time with it because I didn't take my time with it and I watched it slowly a second time and I missed so much the first time just because I was so hell bent on getting through it.
Can I also say something?
What
Yeah.
would you like to say?
Also, okay, this is gonna sound like a generic dad or parent, whatever, but because I've been watched like a lot of shows since I'm lazy and don't really do much. Well, that was back in high school. I still don't do. But anyways, like if you like, let's say you're in high school, whatever, I don't care, and you're like, oh, the first thing I want to do is when I get home, I want to binge watch. No, the great thing to do is actually do what you need to do first. Like if you got fucking homework, do your homework, or your parents like, oh, take out the chores. Because when I started binge watching, was it Parks and Rec? Because I fucking love that show. I'd get on my computer, got home from school, I'd start watching it, and then, hey, I need you to do something for me. Okay, fine. Sit down back again. Hey, I need you to do something again. All right, fine. And then, hey, don't you have homework? I can't watch my show. And then I would watch it and do homework. And then you know, I'd fucking fail all that shit. And I'm like, damn, dude. So yeah, like honestly, like do your shit first. And then because like then you'd be like get procrastinated, or like people would like, hey, can you come and do this for me? So, you know, yeah, fucking do that first. I know it's like, oh, look at fucking Bean Daddy, being a real dad over here, like telling me what to do my chores. No, this is actually good advice because I used to do that and it pissed me off really bad when my parents would calm down and like, hey, I need you to take out the trash, feed the cat, feed the dog, or walk the dog. Can't you see I'm watching Ron Swanson, the realest man ever? He's teaching me how to be a man.
Jesus, like I'd rather
Ron
do it like
Swanson.
I don't know why, but I always get this feeling. Whenever like sometimes I'm just like, I'm not really gonna do anything, but might as well do something. I'm gonna put away the dishes, and then right before you do them, they're like, hey, do the dishes, and I'm like, I don't want to do the dishes anymore. Screw that.
Don't get me
Oh
wrong.
yeah.
Whatever my parents tell me, like, hey, just do this. You know, I will do it because like when I was young, I want to say I was raised right because as Mexicans, if you didn't do what your parents did, they will smack you with either the chancla, or for my mom, she called it the Texas belt, which was a leather belt that her dad gave, and it fucking really does hurt. So basically fear does work. I don't know if like there's people like, oh, I don't believe hitting my kids. No, that shit works. Okay.
It works.
Beat 'em
It's a way to scare
the
them.
right amount.
I remember when I was very little, my dad wanted to punish me because I kept bringing like toys to school because I was dumb and I didn't know any better because I was like, school is boring. So I was bringing like Hot Wheels and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
So my dad brings me into his room and he lays out like 5 belts on his bed. And he's like, pick one.
Jesus Christ.
You don't want to pick any of them.
Like,
But
can I
at the
pick
end of
that
the day,
stick?
one of those is going to hit you. And so I'm just like, I picked a cloth one, and he goes, no. And he grabs the big, like, huge, like, foot-long leather one with, like, a huge buckle, and it was, like, sitting there, it was like a paddle, and it was, like, killer. But,
Dude.
I learned not to do that anymore.
That actually reminds me of a stupid thing I did in 3rd grade. Well, in 3rd grade, alright, this is what happened. In 3rd grade, I used to be in Taekwondo class so that my dad signed me up for. And since I was in the Taekwondo class, they gave us we were training, and then one day they were like, hey, if any of you guys would like to get nunchucks, come up to the front so you guys could order them. or order them by the end of the week. I'm like, and I'm like, I want to get nunchucks, and so I sign up, and then I told my dad about it, and he's like, and I was like, hey dad, can I get nunchucks? And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like that would be fun. And they were like, what was it, like the rubber type, so it wouldn't hurt that much if you got hit by them. They were like the real like wood ones. And so my dumbass one day, I took him to school, and fucking what was it? Somebody, I just kept telling people, hey, do you want to fight me at school? So, and then kids kept, and then word got around, and then one kid, like one tough kid, was like, hey, I heard you want to fight. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. And then he's like, all right, where do you want to do it? And they're like, oh, let's go behind the slide so nobody can see it, so the teacher won't see us. I'm like, and he's like, all right, bet. And then I don't even know where I put my nunchucks. I think I just grabbed it out of my ass. And then I just, what was it, grabbed it, and he was like, yo, what the fuck is that? And he's like, nunchucks, and I was like, nunchucks, motherfucker. But like, I wasn't really saying this, I was just trying to make it sound more epic. But, and then he was like, alright, I'll still beat you up. And then, and then we go at it. I hit this dude, like, what, 3 times in the head, and then he starts crying already. I'm like, that's right, I won. And he told the teacher, I'm like, you fucking snitch. And then I got my nunchucks taken away from that day. And then my dad hit me with them.
Damn.
Wait, they were rubber?
They were rubber instead. No, they were like no, they
Dude,
were like,
when I did Taekwondo, mine were made out of foam, and those still hurt.
no, they were kind of like a robe, like a foam and rubber combined. It was like rubber inside, but foam around them.
Oh yeah, the rubber inside with the foam grip. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like that.
Okay. You should have said that, because I was like, if it's all rubber, that's still gonna hurt like hell.
That shit does hurt. Because I hit the dude like twice on the top of the head. I was like, he tried to go for. I think he tried to punch me like in the face, and then I just dodged, went forward, hit him in the head once, and he did the same thing again. I just did the same thing again, and then he started.
I really am confused by people who like think that like there's like a technique to nunchucks. It's like, no, just swing them around. You just swing them.
Same thing with a sword. What are you gonna do with a sword? Just like what? Play around with it? No, you gotta cut that motherfucker.
No, there's like stuff for swords, but like with nunchucks, no, just swing them
there's
around.
no special trick. Yeah, there's basically just for intimidation, basically.
Or something.
I'm pretty sure there is. Like, there's some techniques, but not that I know of. I just started swinging the hell out of them.
When it comes to like certain swords, there's things you have to do and like can and can't do. Like when it comes like, let's say a katana compared to like a great sword, you can't do like slashing and a lot of things with a great sword. That's more for katana. And then if you can't really do too many like stabs and like really heavy strikes with a katana. You have to use a great sword.
Yeah.
I remember back. This was kind of cringy for me because I've always been that quiet kid, not the crazy quiet kid. Like one of those days, like someone throws a water bottle and you're like, I had enough of this, and reaches into the backpack. No, I was just.
You hear a pencil snap.
Hold on, I'm gonna look at it.
Like I always kept to myself. I didn't really have a lot of friends, and those who actually were my friends, I was like, "Yo, we Gucci, man. I'll fucking buy you a Mickey D's burger." But anyway, so I was in the first grade, and of course, at that age, you have no fucking clue about the birds and the bees or how the human can work. Well, I had a friend who was actually I don't know I don't even fucking remember his name or what he looked like. All I just remember is I had a friend, which was the importance to me. And so one day I asked the teacher, can I go use the bathroom? And then I go to the bathroom and I come out and he's like, oh, hey guy, what's up? And I'll go, oh, hey, what's up, man? He goes, hey, dude, check. He comes up to me, he goes, you want to sneak into the girls' bathroom? I'm like, dude, we can get in trouble. And I go, and I have a perfect record of not getting in trouble. And then my parents, and then my dad's a drill sir. And then he goes, dude, he goes, we're going to go in, we're going to get out. He goes, I just want to see what it looks like. And I'm like, okay. I go, are you sure we're just going to go in and get out? He goes, yeah. And I don't know what this part actually made me laugh because the door was wide open. But instead of just walking in, kind of peeking, the motherfucker, I don't know what the hell he was doing. The motherfucker actually goes on the floor and fucking army crawls into the bathroom. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I don't want to get spotted. I'm like, okay. And then like he goes, dude, the coast is clear. He goes, you should come in here. I'm like, okay. And I come in, I was like, wow. So this is where the girls' bathroom? It's basically like the dude's bathroom, just without a urinal. But to me, as a fucking as a first grader, that I think I said, I don't remember, but as a fucking first grader, you know, this was fucking news. This was scientific
News.
discovery. I was like, oh my god, I should fucking jot. This needs to be in the. Does the public know? So
Do they know? That's
do
the
they
question.
know? So, and then like as soon as we're walking out, like this big fat. I don't know. I think she was a librarian. I don't fucking know. She was a fucking semi truck, dude. She comes. What are you doing? And the motherfucker, all the way, he fucking leaves me there. He just runs because he knows she can't run. And then the thing is, I'm on the heavy. I still am. I was on the heavy side, so I couldn't fucking run. And she goes, "You're coming to the office with me," and I'm like, "Am I in trouble?" She goes, "You went to the girls' bathroom." I go, and I started freaking out. I was confused. He goes, "What do you mean confused? Do you know how to read?" I'm in first grade. I'm still learning how to read. And then, like, I got in trouble.
Please tell me she fell for that. Oh, damn it.
No, I got in trouble, and then like my mom was really upset with me. And then as soon as I was done, my dad wasn't here. He was actually out in drill. So, and then my older brother heard about it, and he pulls me. He goes, "Hey, dude, come here. I want to talk to you." I was like, "What?" He goes, "You're not gonna yell. You're gonna yell at me, aren't you?" He goes, "Nah." He puts his hands and goes, "Dude, that's fucking sick." I'm going, "Oh, this is new." And then like, because like my older brother was a little kind of like an emo douchebag back in high school. So he goes, so he leans in his bed, and at the time he was barely in middle school, and like I thought he was like the biggest, I thought he was already in high school, but at the time he was in middle school, and he gets in his bed and just leans back. He goes, "So, you like girls, huh?" He goes, "Well, at least I know you're not gay." I'm like, "Thanks. What is gay, anyways?" And he goes, "Looking dudes." I go, "Ew, no, I don't." I go, "Well, I like some of my dudes." And like, "Dude, don't fucking say that. That's pretty gay." I'm like, "All right."
That's pretty homo, to be honest.
And like I don't have anything against homosexual. I'm not one, but like I'm like, dude, that's pretty fucking gay. And so, and then he goes, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you. And he explains it to me. And most people will be like, "Man, that's kind of scary." But I was like, "Nice, I guess." I was so retarded, like I didn't understand anything he said until I got to middle school. I'm like, "Oh, so that's what a vagina is."
I remember when I was in first grade, or I wasn't like, it was in second grade, and I got this one chick who really liked me. It was this like kind of chubby girl. I was like, all right, this ain't too bad. But I was dumb and I had no idea how to kiss. So she walks up to me and she kind of goes in for it. I headbutt her hard as hell.
What the hell?
I literally full force rammed my forehead into her nose. And I'm like, and when she asks, "Oh my god, would you do that? I'm bleeding now." And I go, "I don't know. I'm so sorry."
Whoops.
And she's,
Why didn't you just tell her you didn't know how to kiss?
because I didn't want someone to be a nerd. Of course I knew how to kiss. It's not like, yeah, of course I knew how to kiss. I knew how to kiss.
That reminds me. That reminds me of like like the first time, like I really like the first time I actually seen a girl undressed, or she became to become undressed, and it confused the hell.
I'm happy because like I'm still friends with her to this day, and she's
nice,
still I'm really happy it wasn't like a Murdoch situation where it's like my nose is now messed up for life and I can't use it anymore.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Unfortunately, for like the girl that I really liked back then, she moved away before I moved, so I didn't even get a chance. But I did. It was like I don't know how, but when I went back to El Centro for my brother's wedding, like I went to a Hot Topic because I like some of their shirts that they had. Usually, Halo shirts and Star Wars, etc. Anyways, and like I heard someone call my name, and the fuck is? I was like, no one fucking knows my name except family and closest friends. Like I'm a nobody. And she goes, "Hey, over here." And I looked down, I'm like, because she was really short. She's not a midget, but like she's kind of short. And I go, "Oh, hey, what's up? and she goes, "You don't remember my name?" I go, "I have no fucking clue." And she goes, "It's I even forgot her name too. Not being a fuck boy, but like I have, it's been so many
Yeah,
years.
it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, and she goes, "Hey," and then, we start talking, and hey, you remember that time when we were kids? And we played Truth or Dare, and I'm looking at her like a dumbass. I'm like, no, huh? And she goes, remember, we went to the abandoned to the house that was empty next door, and we played Truth or Dare. I'm like, sure, why not? As long as just what it was like. Can you elaborate? And she does, and then I go, oh yeah, I remember. She goes, yeah, she goes, we never finished our game, didn't we? I'm like, no, because my mom came out screaming my name, telling me where the fuck was I, even though I was like literally right across the street. And she goes, yeah. She goes, well, I'd like to. I'd like to finish the game. And then like because like as a dumbass, it took me a second and it clicks. I go, oh,
Oh.
hey,
Yeah.
okay. And
Takes you a
she
second.
goes, so you still live around here? I go, no, I actually live somewhere else. I moved about like so many years ago. And she goes, oh, she goes, so what are you doing back here? And I explained it to her what I was doing here. She goes, oh, she goes, she goes, well, I'm renting a hotel by myself. And I'm like, even better. And she is like, she goes, well, if you want to come back to my place, she goes, you can, it's not too far away. I go, yeah, well, I'm actually staying on base right now, so, and I leave tomorrow, and I really did, and like that was the universe fucking cock blocking me. I was so angry. I was like, really? Yeah, I was like, this is my chance, boyos. I'm in high. It's my freshman year in high school. I could, as frat boys say, I could have got that puss. But no, fucking university was like, nah, guy, not today, not for you. And dude, she was hella hot. She was good looking, and plus she was a gamer too. So
Ooh, that's a
don't really.
win-win. That would have been a win-win.
She would like.
You could have kept in touch somehow, like Facebook or something.
The thing
Yeah.
is, like, I didn't have Facebook at that age because like it took me a while to get Facebook because my parents were like a little, because it was at the time of year that age where Facebook had just got announced, and my parents were like, oh, you don't need Facebook because you got your family just lives like 3 hours away. And I was like, but what about my friends that it took me like until like 14, 15 years of age to actually get my first phone, which I was a little upset. I was like, man,
What
how
the
come all
hell? 15?
yeah, because
Jesus.
no, because like I was poor back then. I mean, my older brother and my older sister were like, no, we were way poorer. I was like, dude, we fucking had to share a Happy Meal, me and my younger brother. Like, I didn't really. So at the time, she goes, "Oh, do you have a phone?" She goes, "Facebook? No. MySpace? The fuck is MySpace?" And she goes, "Well, here's my phone number, and give me a call sometimes." Like, okay. And then what do? I fucking lost it because I put it in my regular pants, and then like I
It
fucking
washed
left them.
out.
Yeah, I left them in my pants, and
Oh,
like,
what happened?
so I was like, oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. Like that day, like when I found out, like because like I usually used to throw my pants or my clothing around, and my mom just like, oh, that fucking boy, and she would just throw the in the washer, and then I was like, hey, where's my pants at? She goes, oh, I threw them in the washer because they smell like Fuchi. I'm like, mom, no, I was gonna use those for tomorrow, and then like I take them out, and then like as soon as like I reached in there, I felt the paper. I was like, oh, thank God. And then when I pulled it out, it was all mushy and crummy. And yeah, that day I was like, I'm gonna fucking hang myself.
That chick
Alright.
with that big booty is not gonna talk to me ever again. Get
Yeah,
damn it.
and the thing is, like, I'm very antisocial. Like, I remember panicking one time when a girl, like, because like if I'm just like sitting there by myself or whatever, minding my own damn business, and a girl just comes like, hey, what's up? I go, thank you, I'll enjoy my movie. And then she's like, what? I was like, what?
Enjoy the
I gotta
movie.
go. I'm that. I mean, not as much as now because I'm 19 now. I'm much more mature and well, I'm still pretty retarded, but retarded because you could be full on retarded.
Understandable.
Yeah, you could be full on retarded. You could be kid retarded. Like using like
Or
if you're
mentally
one of those
retarded.
kids. Yeah, that's it. Or like if you're one of those kids, I hate those kids when they fucking go out in the middle of the fucking town or whatever and just start Fortnite dancing. That's when you need to be euthanized.
I remember when I used
didn't
to do
have any
shit like that.
self-awareness until I was probably in 6th grade.
I
Like, hey, I'm
remember
doing
when I
That's
got
stupid
my
how
shit. I
fucking
should stop.
stupid I was.
the whole story around my first phone was my brother stole one of those like fake the phones they have in like a store where it's just a fucking like plastic replica with a sticker on it to replicate that the screen is turned on. He stole me one of those and he gave it to me and he goes, "Here, use this." And I was so ecstatic. I was like, "Oh, my first phone!" And I was like so happy. I didn't even care that it didn't work. I was just happy to have one, like in general. So I was like, "This is wonderful. It doesn't do anything, but it's cool.
It just looks like a
I like
phone.
having it. I like having it."
It's like a toy gun. Like, well, it's not a real gun, but it's. Hey, I want it.
Dude, no. I had a gun, like not like a gun, but like my dad bought me like an airsoft gun when I was like very little, and it had no orange tip, and it was very big and it was heavy. It looked like a real gun.
You sure it wasn't a real
And
gun, sir? He just put it in a. He just made it say, "Hey, it's a BB gun, so don't put extra bullets in there." Just fucking. Just imagine
like,
you actually put a gun
I
in there.
go and show my friend like, hey, turn around, and he's like, "Don't shoot me with any airsoft gun." I'm like, "I won't." Just you blow off like the side of his head.
Dad, I think we switched guns.
Instant
It's like, oh fuck.
No one else is really talking. It's kind of quiet, really.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just
it's
yeah.
fine.
Everybody start
Sorry,
talking.
yeah,
Who did
honestly.
do
I'm
maneuver?
afraid to say something and talk over someone.
Nah, you good.
Yeah,
How,
Thing
yeah,
is,
why,
We're
how
all
about
talking
like
over
you
each
tell
other.
us?
good.
we're trying to be
Do you want a
professional
story
here.
to tell, Rob? Or should we talk about the expo?
No. If Rabbit has something to say, let her say it. So
I,
she's
I
just
never
sit there and
said I
hold it
had
for another
something to
hour.
say though. That's the thing. I never said I had something to say. I'm just saying. I don't. If
Or
there,
you have
I'm
something?
more of the person to make comments in someone else's
Yeah,
story.
true.
I'm not. I don't. My life is not interesting enough for stories.
I mean, like,
Understandable.
All my stories
dude,
are kind of fucked.
I come home and I do the same thing every day, all day,
Yeah,
all
same.
week.
Same.
So, but I don't know. Every now and again, something happens, and I'm like, "Whoa!"
Okay,
Sounds
That
interesting.
isn't normal.
okay. So let me tell you a little something. So, like for those who don't know, I work no, I said earlier I work on base theater for the military, and you think oh theater sometimes it does get a little boring because sometimes you just stand there. I say I stand there and look adorable. That's what makes our revenue. And so one day, I had to close by myself. And the thing is, the building is bloody old. Like I'm pretty sure this thing was made in World War One. Well, anyways, so eventually, we figured out a way to actually hook up our phone to the theater sound system, and so I was closing by myself. And then the thing is, I was very paranoid because I do like watching like all these spooky videos, even though like most of them are fake. But still, it scares me. So one time, I plugged in my phone and I put what was it? It was Kiss, Detroit Rock City, and then it was another Kiss song. And the thing is, like, sometimes the bass EXO or CO would just go around, or like they would be out there with their family, or they would just come out to the theater. Well, they thought, the bass EXO thought, oh, we were still open. So think of it as an 18-year-old fluffy kid on the stage, just jamming out a Kiss, and then like as soon as it was done, after playing Love Gun, I looked to the front. And from being tan, I became pale as a ghost. And he starts laughing and he's clapping. He goes, "Oh my god, that's the greatest shit ever. I'm like, what are you doing here, sir? He goes, I thought there was a movie playing. And he goes, but this is way better. He goes, this is way better than any movie. And then the next song starts playing. It was God Gave Us Rock and Roll. And he starts singing it, and I'm like, and I'm trying to join, but like kind of being like, and he's like, God gave us rock, you know. And eventually we're both on the stage, and like, and we're
Pause real
both,
quick. I don't know why, I just imagine somebody just screaming out, get his dick and twist it! Twist the dick! I don't fucking know why. Twist
The stupid ghost story.
Doing the old dick twist.
That is the biggest twist I've ever heard in a story. Jesus Christ.
And so like
continue.
We're fucking just jamming out, and then like the thing is the system was so loud because like the bass, the theater is right next to the hangar because the bass is really small. Eventually they call in like a noise complaint because like they have regulations. Eventually they like, and then security is literally like just next to the theater on the left side. So they had like 2 people come in here, and you see the EXO and some other random kid just singing God Gave Us Rock and Roll. And we stopped and looked at it, and like the two security guards are laughing their asses off, and then the CO just like being like really, really happy, and then just went straight up, what the hell you think you're doing? And they snapped to attention. They're like, oh, sorry sir, we just gotta. He goes, no, he goes, you shut up, you listen to me, I am trying to sing God Gave Us a Rock and Roll, and you're coming in here and ruin my fun? I don't think so, pal. Now drop it, give me 15. They're on the fucking floor doing push-ups, and I'm laughing my ass off too. This is the greatest shit.
Wait,
just
you got
imagine
a
that.
fucking commanding officer to do push-ups? What?
Yeah, because like he was off duty, but the thing is like these sailors were really young, so of course, you know, being in a new place and area, you know they were fucking scared of shit, like, and especially the EXO coming in. It was pretty funny.
Am I the only one who like do that entire thing like most at the last part in my head? Because I'm playing Minecraft right now. I was just thinking to myself, grass top, grass top, grass top, grass top.
Wait, what are you guys' opinion on the new Minecraft texture pack that they added?
Which
what is it?
Which
villager one?
texture pack?
Yeah, the villager one.
That's not a texture pack, that's
Oh,
just
it's
an
a
update.
texture.
Or basically, yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
update. It's basically part of
With
the game.
like the new villagers?
I haven't tested it out yet.
I saw it, it's pretty neato.
I like the new campfire.
I
that
kind
they
of,
added.
yeah, because I kind of
think-
really
I
don't
think
like
those
it.
Actually, like
I don't know why.
you know, raiding villages, because that'd be cool.
I like how
I
the
did.
freaking villagers
I
could just sleep on
was-
your bed now. That was the funniest thing you do.
Yeah, I was playing the other day, and all I hear is a
That's pretty
horn
cool.
blare, and I was like, "What is happening?" And then I see raid at the top of my screen, and I start freaking out because I don't know what's going on. And then like, cause I just started, and all I had like it was like and I found a blacksmith, so I had like an iron breastplate. And there's just like these pillagers start coming at me. I'm like, what is going on? So I start killing them, and I finish it. And like, I didn't know what the symbol meant. Like, do you guys know what the symbol means? No, it gave you a discount. It gives you a discount. That's what it
I remember when they added the phantoms in there, which they're a total
Oh
pain
yeah,
in
the
the ass.
phantoms.
You just like mine for like days on straight. Well, I remember like because I have this realm with my best friends that live here with me, or live in the same town as me, and we call it the boys realm. And so I remember like as soon as we built a fucking cool ass town, and then like, okay, we got our town, we got everything, now we need to fucking get as much as diamonds as we can. And we're like, yeah, okay, because we gotta go to the nether. We go mining for diamonds like for 2 whole straight days in Minecraft or in real life. Like we actually slept on like, you know, we were mining and everything. And then as soon as we came out of the mine, there was a fucking swarm of fucking phantoms, and we're like running with chickens with their heads. We're like, get to your beds, get to your beds, get to your beds. A couple of us died. It was fucking bloodbath.
Oh
And, like,
shit!
you know,
Wait a minute, my bad. You keep walking, keep talking.
like it was. I was looking up there, and then I see one friends just running. Someone open the door! And I had my I closed the door, and then I put a couple. I basically blocked off my door and looked to the window. He goes, Angel, yeah, open the door. I'm like, sorry, boys, but I cannot afford to lose my diamonds. He goes, please, Dad, open the door. I'm like, no. I go, remember what you did? He goes, no. I go, you left me to rot and die in that mine shaft for 2 whole days. He goes, no. He goes, the plan was to go to the Minecraft shelf. I go, sorry, but I cannot speak with heretics now. It is the will of the gods. And then he fucking dies, and then they take all his diamonds.
Does anyone want to realize that since villages have churches, there's technically a god that villagers worship?
That is
Oh,
true.
really?
What
I
if it's
didn't know
I
about
bet you it's Notch.
Is
100%
it
Notch.
offensive to burn down the churches?
I don't know.
Yes, but they won't react.
Troll guy, how much minutes do we got left?
Right now we're at 54 minutes 33 seconds.
Okay.
I was
Okay,
due.
I
You
got a
want to do end
question
card?
for you guys.
Or yeah, keep going.
I got one more thing I want to say. What if villagers do worship a god? What is their god?
Emerald.
Notch.
Emerald.
Yeah, I was gonna
Emerald.
say Notch. I was like, dude.
Emerald.
Emerald.
Is it true
I
that
see something in them.
they didn't invite Notch to the Minecon or whatever?
They're Minecon.
No,
Some tweaks or something?
No,
Yeah,
'cause, like-
there was a Minecon and Notch wasn't invited.
I
Mm-mm.
don't know, because all I heard, like, they try to remove everything that has to do with Notch. So I'm gonna say yes, they probably didn't invite him, which I kind of feel bad because like Notch is our true savior of Minecraft besides Shrek
Yeah.
himself. But otherwise, I think that's a kind of a dick move. Like he created the game, and then you guys are like, oh, we bought the game. It doesn't have to worry. Like no, you want to at least give some recognition. Don't be a dick.
I know, dude.
I love Microsoft, but like holy shit.
Bro,
They just
like-
don't see a need to. That's why they
Yeah.
do.
Did you hear that Microsoft just hit $1 trillion in profit?
Yeah,
Like, last
I
week?
heard about that.
Oh,
Take that,
Bro.
Sony, you bitch.
Trillion fucking dollars, dude. $1 trillion.
Oh yeah, did y'all? I know this is like kind of off topic, but Endgame, which it's like closing in on Avatar's like what they made, which is like 2.7 billion, and Endgame is already closing in on that.
Yeah, and dude,
Well, yeah.
if
you have
Fortnite
to
can make
remember that.
2 billion in like what, a year, then Endgame is gonna make like what, triple that, maybe. I bet you it's gonna get to at least 7 bill by like the end
All my
of
friends were
this year.
saying that like it's only gonna be in theaters for like a month. I was like, no, it's gonna be in the theaters for like half.
I know, and wasn't Infinity War like in the theaters for like a month and a half?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Endgame is
More than
gonna be
that.
in the theaters for like at least like 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months at least.
Yo,
It was in the theaters for like.
I am not looking
Uh,
forward to working on those days because, first of all, those who don't know, it's a 3.5 hour long movie. And the thing is, if you work in a theater, like you cannot leave the theater or you cannot clock out until the fucking place is clean. So imagine me, because like Friday, like I only work on the weekends. So like Fridays, we start pretty late, like around 6, and usually we'll show like 2 movies. But I'm pretty sure if we have to show that shit on Friday, it'd probably only be 1 movie. Labor's gonna be fucking up, and then like the first time we're gonna show Endgame, there's gonna be a lot of kids, there's gonna be a lot of adults, and a lot of people don't really know how to pick up their own shit. So
Yeah.
Wait,
Fuck.
you guys haven't released Endgame in your
I
theater
always
yet?
pick up my stuff like after the movie whenever I'm at the theater.
Yeah, I always do that too.
Yeah,
Like I
so
don't.
do I.
I'm a
I
bad
almost
person,
lost my
just
phone
let
in the
it sit
theater
there.
before. Like fuck, bro. I just left it in the cup holder and we just walked out.
Oh, when you accidentally lose something in the theater, like
Honestly.
your phone or your wallets or
Bro,
something like
the
that.
scariest thing you could have is like if you lose your wallet. Fuck, bro. You're like, okay, first of all, I need to backtrack. Where the hell was I? And where the
Yeah.
hell I last felt it? Like, to be honest, you don't pull out your wallet that much unless you're gonna buy a bunch of shit. But like, if you're just
Or have
feeling
money
it
in
throughout the
general.
day, then you're just like, okay, when was the last time I felt that? And you're like, oh shit, I felt it like, oh shit, I felt it last in the theater. We gotta go back. Usually, I just
Right.
like drive all the way back. Yeah. Cause that's the one
I'm
thing.
really
That's the one
bad
thing
with
that
my
really scares
phone.
you. Is
My
like you know
stepdad
that mini heart attack you get.
did that one time.
Definitely.
Like that mini heart attack is.
I-
It's like a
I
chill down
have
your spine.
lost my phone 4 times within a 6-month, and
I mean,
each
it's not really
time
hard
I
to
had
do.
to get a replacement. I'm not even kidding.
So you've bought 4 separate phones in
I
6 months.
always keep my phone on
Well,
me, so
I didn't buy the whole phone. Like I had insurance on my phone, so I
What, you
only
had
had
Apple
to pay
Care?
like a small deductible for it.
What phone was it?
It was a crappy small phone, and it was an LG. Was it the 3 or the 4 Stylo? I don't remember. but I lost it so many times. So one time I was car and I just drove off, and I went back to look for it and I couldn't find it. And then I saw like this giant gutter that I drove by, and I think it fell in there.
Oof.
Either that or somebody picked it.
Because the only time
And
I ever
then
lost my phone was I think it was in Six Flags, when the only ride that has lockers so you can put your shit in there. I'm like, nah. I'm gonna put it in my phone. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. I trust my pocket, because it was like one of those pockets like where you could like where it has like the strap on it, so like it basically like tapes itself to the end of itself. And what was it like? I was on. I think it was on X2 in Six Flags, which is probably the craziest ride in the freaking park. What, like you start off going backwards, up, you keep on going, and then you just start flipping around while actually doing loops. So I was not surprised when like what, later that, like after we got out the ride and we got all our shit, I was like, I wonder what percent is my phone. I go to check, not there. And then I check on my iPhone, wasn't, no, I think it was freaking, and I didn't, for some reason, I did not check Apple, was it iPhone Finder, until after we left, because that's how much of a dumbass I am. And it turns out it's behind like an ice cream shop over there, and it's technically still there. I don't know if it, because I'm pretty sure it still works, because we were able to track it. If it blew up or anything, like we wouldn't be able to track it, but still, I was so depressed like the next 2 days because I didn't have a phone. But then, like what, I think on the day of the Super Bowl that year, I got a new phone. And the reason I was so depressed is because that's when Pokemon Go was popular, and that's all I was doing, and that's why I took my phone in the first place. Just so I could catch Pokemon, and then I lost basically all my stuff after, because I couldn't remember my email, my password that I used for the app, and that was a big oof.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alright, it sounds like we're winding down.
Yeah, definitely.
If y'all want to get ready to do the end.
Alright.
Any final thoughts? Hell, it doesn't even have to be a part of the podcast.
I mean,
Any words you'd like to say?
Endgame is.
Is that on purpose? Oh. I was like,
Watch
wait.
Game of Thrones season 8.
I have a very controversial opinion about Endgame.
I love Endgame. I
I love Endgame. I don't know why, but my dad, he thought it was like boring. I was like, bitch, the fuck? I was like, what do you mean?
And your dad
You know what I
has
think
the
it is?
same opinion.
I think it's because he was like, at the end of the movie, he was like, dude, I had to go pee the whole time. I'm like, first of all, why didn't you pee in the beginning? And second of all, that's probably the reason why you didn't like it, was because you had to hold the pee the whole time. You know how much it hurts to hold a pee for 3 hours? That shit hurts.
Yeah.
That shit
I
hurts.
just go in the middle of the movie.
If you're gonna say disown his father, I have the same opinion as his father. I found the whole movie really fucking boring.
Did you really? Dude, at the end,
I'm not a big fan of superhero movies just don't do it for me. Like it's boring for me. It's just the same thing over and over and over and over.
Well, I guess it's your opinion. I get it. I mean, I can't judge
I'm
that.
not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Then
Now,
again,
watch
my
in the
favorite
comments-
character
watch
from
in the
JoJo is
comments.
Dio, but that's still an okay character.
Listen,
That is
watch
your
in the
difference.
comments. Everybody is going to be like, "Fucking kill Coon Harpoon. He's gonna ruin the world."
Actually, I don't. Wait, did you change your name while we were there?
I changed
Yeah,
it.
you changed your name. You changed the name during the podcast. Why?
I changed my name to Coon Harpoon.
It
No,
was
that was
Burger
Burger.
King.
Yeah,
now
that was
it's
Burger
Coon
King.
It was
Harpoon.
Burger King, but I changed it to Coon.
Alright, because I was like, wait, when the fuck? Because I was like, wait, who the fuck is Coon? And I was looking when I came back from the freaking, when I was getting something. I was like, who the fuck is Coon? I'm like, where the fuck did Burger go? And I guess Death
I don't
left.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright
definitely.
then. This has been the
Alright,
OwO
well-
Podcast. And if you've been listening to this so far, either you like death,
God help you.
you like scary stuff, and you love retardedness.
Just pure retardedness.
Just
You
God
know what?
help
We
you.
thank you either
Just
way for
thank you for
whatever
listening.
you like.
Can we
about
just say
this, but
that I don't think Tom talked this entire time.
Surprisingly, he's usually the talkative one.
Yeah, but
Tom, can you say something for the end card?
He might have fell asleep.
Yeah, either
Probably
fell
is
asleep.
asleep.
Oh no, he's
Oh no,
there.
he's there. Okay, yeah, he's back.
I really have to feel like I really gotta feel like Bean Daddy kind
Tom's
of
the leader who
took up
neglects.
most of the talking.
Yeah, he probably did.
Alright.
I mean, he has really good
Tom's the leader
stories.
who-
I really
who
liked his
neglects
stories.
his
Yeah, I really like his
subjects.
stories too.
I have a
I
lot.
I got one or two okay ones.
Especially that
I'll be honest
demonic
with you,
one.
I love talking.
I
He just
love it.
meets himself again.
He's very the chatty dude. He's like the very chatty, like you love that guy kind of guy.
I bring the
Daddy's
content.
cool.
He is that content guy. You need
I'd
content.
let Bean
DM
Daddy
him.
eat my beans, to be honest with you.
Oh, are we gonna add in that small part where we talked about those other OwO guys, or
What
Should-
other
we'll talk about it
OwO
next
guys?
episode. I mean, no, we
I
can
don't
talk
think
about it
we're
next
gonna talk
episode.
about that.
Yeah, because we're already at an hour and 4 minutes, 41 seconds. Alright.
We probably
Well,
should
this has been
cut
the
it off.
OwO Podcast. Hope you enjoyed. Like and
We
subscribe.
love you.
Eat ass,
Learn to
skate
do
fast, don't
something-
forget your
Hell
hall
yeah.
pass.
Learn to do something better
Remember,
with your time.
learn your Spanish or else you vanish.
Tell your
It's
friends.
trench with a trench.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I
Go
Thank you for watching, and remember to stay safe. Love you!